Hello, everyone, here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Calmsden, working on planting grass here on field 15 here, at least for starters this episode. Not sure what else we'll do. Actually, you know what, we do need to take care of the rest of the bales, just thought of that. And field, let's see, field 10, the new field we bought, is ready to be planted as well, I do believe. So anyway, starting out with this field, I'm just replanting this field in grass here. We got our little, I don't know what you call this, our little grass roller combination seeder here. I've been pulling it behind the Fendt tractor. I had it hooked up behind, I think it was either the Kloss or the Massey Ferguson at first. I was like, this just looks way too small to be on those tractors. So I switched it over to the Fendt here. And yeah, got plenty of horsepower on the Fendt, so that's not a problem. Just doing a couple headland passes here, everyone. And then I'll probably throw a hired worker on this. I probably won't bother with a course pay worker. We're just going to do a couple headlands. So then the regular hired worker has enough room to turn around, and we should be good, I think. Off camera, I went ahead and finished up plowing both fields. So both fields are finished being plowed. I also went around and cleaned the fields up here as well. Course play, of course, missed quite a bit at the corners. And then it missed a full headland around the outside edge of the field as well. So I went and just did another headland around the outside edge of the field there myself. And then, yeah, if we check these fields out, they're both looking quite nice, I would say, as far as our status goes here, plowing and all that good stuff. So we're good on the plowing, we're good on the lime. Oh, looks like I missed just a couple little specks there of plowing on field 10. Oh, well, we're not going to worry about those. But yeah, other than that, I'm looking pretty good here, I would say. I think we'll at least do one more headland, maybe two. We'll see how it looks here. 3-point implement, everyone, so it's not like course play, or actually not course play, hired worker for that matter, is going to need a whole lot of room to turn around, I don't think. I'll have to say, having those axles get me every time I look at this track. It's like, oh my goodness, really? Missing some axles on this tractor. Oh well. Not sure if Giants did that intentionally, everyone, if there's maybe a reason for that, or just like they completely missed it. You folks' guess is as good as mine. Given all the other stuff they've messed in this game, everyone, it wouldn't surprise me if they just missed it, right? But then again, there might be a reason for it too. I'm not sure. Typically, when it comes to the axles, everyone, you want to make sure your axles are part of your tire. For those of you who haven't noticed, your tires will kind of like move up and down a little bit, like they got a little bit of a spring to them. Obviously, of course, in real life, when your tractor tires would never have any spring to them. They're like, solid fixed to the axle, solid fixed to the axle housing. You're not going to have any movement there. Not to say, of course, you don't have the tractors that might have some, what's the name of it called here again? Like hydraulic front, basically prevents the tractor from power hopping, right? There's tractors that have that, right? So obviously, the front axles can move up and down, but it's not just, like the front axle itself that moves up and down, or the tire on the axle. It's usually some sort of whole hub mechanism, hydraulics are involved, that type of thing, right? But yeah, at least in the way it works in the game, everyone, the tires themselves basically on the axle act like springs. So you always want to make sure the axle is part of the tire. Otherwise, that when you're going to see the tire bouncing up and down, the axle is going to be like bouncing around in the center of it, which obviously that's going to look kind of funny, right? And for anyone that's ever like paid real close attention down in the areas you have one, where the axle and the axle housing usually are joined, usually you'll see some movement there where the axle is just kind of like bouncing around in that housing. Again, just kind of the way the game mechanics are, right? Not entirely sure what the purpose or why Giants does it that way, everyone, but that seems to be the way it's done. So, like I said, the trick there, everyone, is just to make sure you have the axle part of the tire group. Anyway, I think we'll do one more headline and then we should be good. Oh, is there a straight edge on this field we can hire a worker on here? We are currently looking at 170 degrees, eh? Well, if it went down to like 22 and a half, which, let's see what's here, 90 minus 22 and a half, we would be looking at, what, 167? That might actually work pretty good. I mean, if we did like a 167 degree angle, I mean, might work for this field here. Don't plan on planting grass back on field 10, by the way. And again, I don't think we really need that much grass here, at least at this point. And speaking of grass, we'll go back and take care of the grass bales who remained here last episode in just a few minutes once we're done getting this field ready to go here, at least as far as the hired worker is anyway. We'll head back up there. Looks like we did end up with a few more bales than we had last time, by the way, but only by, I think, 2, maybe 3 bales more. If I remember correctly, I think we had 14 bales last time, I think. Either 13 or 14, somewhere in there. I thought we had 2 left over, because we filled up the pickup wagon for the bales, and then I'm pretty sure we had 2 more that were on the field yet I had to go pick up. Let's see what's here. This is actually, and that's also 74 degrees there, huh? Okay. Actually looks straight there. Let's just hire a worker, see what happens. Well, looks like the hired worker will do that angle. Okay. I'm looking at the angle on the field here. I don't know. What does, let's see what's here. Yeah, 262. Well, actually, if I'm facing straight, we're looking at like 247, give or take a little bit there. So, yeah, okay, so 270, it'd be what, 270 minus 22.5? That's probably what, yeah, that makes sense, right? That put us down to 250, then down to minus another 2.5, be 247. So there we go. Oh, missed a little bit there. Oh, well. And that's just, again, a regular hired worker. Okay, we're going to leave him to that. Let's go ahead and tab to our, I think the cloth tractor. Yes, the cloth tractor is still on the bale pickup wagon here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and unload that. We'll just put it next to the other stack of bales here, I guess. Ah, yes, I'm pretty sure it was 2 extra bales, Kevin. So this holds, what, 14? Okay, so 14. Then we had 16 bales here last time, I'm pretty sure. Because those 2 bales that are stacked next to the side there, those are the ones I brought back over here from last time. So we had a full load on this trailer. And then, like I said, 2 additional bales. So 16 bales last time. A little more in line with us here. Like, put them right behind it if we can. Probably really should, like, be putting these inside. Well, actually, you know what? If we put these inside, I'm getting the fact that they're kind of probably mimicking damp grass bales here. Good way to start a fire. Maybe we shouldn't put them inside. And again, I mean, I know it still sounds like really wrong, right? You get like a damp, wet grass bale, and that's actually a fire potential there, right, everyone? Like, that just does not seem right, right? The fact that a damp, wet bale can cause a fire, just, yeah, the chemistry of it, the way it works, everyone. The fermenting process, I guess, essentially, or the rotting process is probably more, yeah, it's probably more like a rotting process in that case. The rotting process generates heat, and yeah, with enough heat, obviously, comes fire. And there's definitely more than one story of one of a damp bale burning down a barn. That, unfortunately, seems to be somewhat common, unfortunately. That's something, of course, I mean, you've got to be careful about when you are baling. You got to make sure your bales are dry enough, and that comes with, obviously, regular hay. And most of the field might be dry, then you hit that one really wet spot, and you end up with a damp bale, and, of course, that's, yeah, not good for your barn if you're storing your bales inside. Oh, wait, we got 6 bales here. Okay, I must have miscounted them, and I thought we had 5. Oh, there is 6 extra bales here. Okay, so 4 more bales than we got last time. Surprisingly not that great, because I think we were looking at, what, a 75% yield bonus here this time around, as opposed to probably like 22 maybe last time. So actually, you know, thinking about that, I mean, I guess that's only 50% more yield bonus increase. So yeah, that's probably about right. And this field, of course, probably needs fertilizer and all that good stuff here again. That's what we were lacking last time, by the way. Apparently, when I forgot to fertilize this field, didn't realize it needed to be fertilized, so, oh well. Not to mention with all the missing spots, I mean, I probably could have gotten maybe another half a bale or something like that. Don't think these missing spots would have added up to a full bale. Very much doubt it, but then again, you never know. at least for now, and I've just left all our baling equipment over here. Just sitting out in the open here, of course, but hey, doesn't make a difference in the game, right? And seeing as how we're using most of this equipment over here, I don't see any reason to bring it all back to our farmyard, which is getting kind of crowded anyway. So yeah, just left it over here. Don't know if there's really a barn. I mean, we'd have the horse barn there, which I don't know if we could put equipment in that or not. I have no plans at this point when I'm getting horses here on this map. We did that on the last map. Like I said, this map I'm trying to focus on sheep. Speaking of sheep, everyone, we have some... Oh, we do have some wool. There we go. I never even looked at that yet, everyone. Yeah, we actually got... Wow, it's actually almost full, too, yet. Probably should do something about that. Okay, go ahead and unload these 6 bales here. We'll just dump them off right here as well. Might as well feed the sheep while we're at it, I guess. But you actually know if we're going to do that. Rather than dumping them off there, I might as well go over here and just dump them straight into the trough, right? That would make the most sense if you ask me. Yeah, bah, sheep. Really? You're just gonna sit down there? Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, it still took a hit. Okay, cool. Don't know if that stack, maybe that stack's not close enough. Huh. I guess that trigger is like really close to that feeding trough. I would have thought trigger would have been far enough out to reach that, but I guess not. Okay, you know what? Let's just park this right alongside this jumping thing here for the horses. This hedgerow, I guess, or whatever it is. Wonder if you can actually jump over this in the game here with the in-game horses. Wonder if that's actually possible. Tempted to buy one horse, I mean, just to find out if it's even possible. I don't know if it is or not, but I might be kind of curious to find out. Okay, we'll go ahead and fill up the water here as well. We'll just get it all done here this episode, and that way we don't forget when we go to fast forward some more time here. Wouldn't want to be forgetting the poor sheep after all. Hey, there we go. Just had to bump those bales in a little bit. And we'll go ahead and unload the water here. Let's see. How are we looking per the menu here when it comes to the sheep? So animals, sheep. Yep, they're completely full on grass. Excellent. Well, only, was it 6 bales they took? So that wasn't too many. Water, yeah, they're about half full, which I should probably empty that. Go ahead and refill that here. Got to make sure you keep an eye on that because it does fill up quicker than it empties. So once it's full of it stops filling, obviously. But it will continue to empty. And yes, I do have, I don't know if I showed, actually, I don't think I've showed this on camera yet, have I? There is a... Did I pull too far? Oh, maybe they're full. No, yeah, they're full. Okay. I did put a water hydrant right there, everyone. So, again, we can just empty the sheep and then hit the refill, and it'll start filling up our tank back up there again while we're still emptying. Same way I did the greenhouses back on our Elm Creek series map. And I'll say that seems like that worked out pretty good. Didn't have any issues with the save game getting corrupt here like we did last time on Elm Creek, everyone. For those who remember the Elm Creek series, when I went ahead and placed down that water hydrant, everyone, yeah, we ended up corrupting my save game, and I had to go in there and manually delete it. And wow, talk about an ordeal. I think it took me a couple hours to sort that one out, if I remember correctly. You know, first I had to figure out why the save game wasn't loading. You know, what was causing the issue, and finally figured that out. And then I had to figure out how to actually, like, fix the problem, and I think it took me a couple tries to get that fixed as well. Of course, you know, just like removing the mod for some reason, that one did not fix the problem. A lot of times, if you have one mod, in this case, the water hydrant mod, forget the exact name, but a lot of times you can just pull it out of the mod folder and that will take care of your problems. In this case, not so much. I actually had to like delete it from the save game, and then after that, it was fine. And of course, we've been using the water hydrant ever since, so I don't know what went wrong there, but just that time around, it freaked out, I guess, and it didn't like something, and it didn't work. Okay, go ahead and just park that tractor there. Let's see how we're looking on the map here. So field 15, yeah, we're about halfway done. Not too shabby. Now, I was thinking about planting corn on field 10 of them. The only thing is I just realized I do not have a corn planter. We're not exactly set up to plant corn. Is there anything else? We can plant oats. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe everyone might do some oats here on field 10. That seems like a good choice if you ask me. What do you folks think? Just do some oats? Or we could wait, I suppose, and plant wheat or barley or canola, which those seasons are coming up here. Be a couple of months yet. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe some oats, Evan. That might be a good choice, I think. We are, unfortunately, 1 month past, or one, well, not really past, but 1 month into the planting season, I guess I should say. There we go. Set on oats. Actually, here's a question. Sorghum. Oh, we are in planting season for sorghum, too. And I think we can do that. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that instead. I just happened to think of that. Sorghum. Let's do sorghum. New crop here in Farming Simulator 22. Haven't planted a whole lot of that here yet. That seems like that might be a good European crop type, maybe? I don't know. Again, at least for myself, I am not familiar with sorghum. Don't know much about it. Other than the fact I know we do have a farmer here in the area that grows it. I've only ever seen one field. Not entirely sure what they do with it, but they have one rather good-sized field of sorghum they typically plant each year. And it's usually always the same field. At least it has been the last couple years. By the way, mentioned it last episode here as well, but for those of you who have not seen it, Giants has announced the release, or the impending release here of the Precision Farming DLC. So it sounds like in April here sometime, we can expect to see that DLC. And it sounds like they've definitely added and made some more improvements to that DLC. It will be a free DLC from my understanding, so I'm assuming that means it's free for everyone. Of course, if you have the season pass, then you should definitely, I believe, be able to get that DLC. But yeah, once we have that one, that will introduce field mapping and variable rate application, and it sounds like also like variable rate weed control, all that stuff. So it sounds rather fascinating. I mean, and, again, pretty much like smart farming there, right? When it comes to all the variable rates and precision application of what is needed on the field. Also, one of the additions they made apparently to the Precision Farming DLC, everyone, is you can now buy your field data. Before, everyone, you had to go buy the scanner tool there, go around your field and just like poke all holes all over. If you were doing it legitimately, it would take forever, right? And then once you got that data, obviously you'll wait a little bit, send it in, get your data back, and figure out what's on your field and where's what, and who's what, and your pH levels and all that good stuff. But now, apparently, you can just outright buy that here in the new Farming Simulator 22 version once it's out, anyway. So yeah, but that should be interesting. Kind of looking forward to that. I rather like the Precision Farming DLC back in 19. At least when it came to the whole, variable rate application and stuff like that. Also, another change, apparently, when it comes to the fertilizer oven. If I understand it correctly, when it comes time to apply fertilizer oven, different crop types need different fertilizer. And now, apparently, from my understanding, you can select your seed type, the type of plant you'll be planting on your field, and you can fertilize based off of that. So that definitely sounds rather intriguing. We'll have to see how badly Giants does it, causing more issues with the game here once they release that DLC. Not to mention, there's another DLC coming too, like I said, a small equipment pack DLC. I'm sure everyone is excited about. Said absolutely no one in the comments about that DLC from the sounds of it. There we go. One headland done. We should probably go around at least one more time here, then see if we can pick a relatively straight edge on this field. I don't know if one exists or not. For those of you who have not seen this map before, I wouldn't say there's much in the way of straight, rectangular shaped fields on this map. I mean, I guess, field 10 here is rectangular shape-ish, sort of. A little skewed over to one side, corners a little bit rounded, but still somewhat rectangular-ish, I guess. Oh boy, missing crop. Nope. Also not watching where I'm going, apparently. I think we should probably do one more headland yet after this one, everyone. And then we should be good to let the hired worker loose on this field. In theory, anyway. Well, we'll have to see once on that one. It occurs to me, at least with this field here as well, everyone, we should be putting down fertilizer, I think, here, right? I think we are. Let's go check the map here. What are we showing here? Turn off the... Yes, we are putting down fertilizer. So to be honest, I would probably actually be better off, using this planter here to plant the grass field over on 15, because this planter also puts down fertilizer, right? Versus 15, I'm going to have to go back later here and put some fertilizer on that field. Probably just take our sprayer down there, I'm thinking. And it shouldn't take long with that sprayer. We got some nice wide booms on that sprayer here as well. And of course, with that tractor doing sorghum, planter and tractor doing sorghum, everyone, it's not going to work to have both of those on this field here. I'd rather like to avoid putting multiple crops in one field if I can help it, everyone. Those of you who have ever joined us on a multiplayer server, that unfortunately probably happens a little more commonly than we'd like to admit to. Okay, almost around. This should be, what, our third time, I think, right? Or no, this is our second time yet. The next one here will be our third time around. Which, I don't know, do you think, I don't know, is 2 enough? Yeah, no, I think we should probably do one more yet, one. This is not a 3-point, well, actually, let's rephrase that. It does hook up to the 3-point, one. But when you pick up on the 3-point, it doesn't lift the entire implement, right? The unit itself obviously has tires and stuff like that for it. Not to mention the rolling basket on the back. And this seems like it'd be a pretty good direction here to hire a worker once we get around for the next time. I'll have to remember that, everyone. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good direction indeed. And if you're ever trying to figure out the directions, everyone, you should be able to just look at the ground texture and see what direction that is facing, and that's how you can figure out maybe what might be a good angle for whatever you're working on. Of course, that only works if you already have some of the ground ripped up and you can already see the angles, which at least in this case we basically can. Reminder here, by the way, everyone, if you'd like to join us in on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, you're welcome to do so. That information, again, down below in the description there. Anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. Microphone is not required to join us on Teamspeak. And if you don't already have the Teamspeak app, everyone, Teamspeak is free to download. There should be a link down below for that as well. Then, of course, once you have the Teamspeak app, you simply need to go into your connections and add in the appropriate information that we have linked down below. Pretty much give it whatever nickname you want for the server. Give yourself a name, and then enter the server address and the password. And as we've said many times before, we find Teamspeak to be much, much, far superior as far as voice chat goes, at least compared to Discord anyway. Okay, we're going to finish up this headland here, and then we should be good to hire a worker here. And like I said, we'll just go down the field here a little bit. Find that line here. Oh, did I not? Nope, I did not lower it. Okay, oops. Lowering. Thought we were going a little faster. It's like, planter doesn't typically plant that quickly. Okay, hire the worker. There we go. Okay, leave him to that. Let's go ahead and... Actually, you know what? Let's go back here a minute. Are you actually just like regular hired worker here, I guess? Looks like he's working. Okay. Just making trouble because I've had it a few times here. And, of course, it's Course Play's fault. But where I try to hire a regular hired worker, everyone, and he'll do something crazy. He'll, drive around in circles or just completely drive off or attempt to drive off the map anyway. So, you definitely notice you got to be careful about that. Oh, that's actually the tractor I want right there. Little Fendt tractor. Let's see if there's any big missing areas. I think it showed some down on this side for some reason. Oh. Yep. Little narrow strip there left to plant yet. Surprisingly, it seems to have done quite nicely on all the rest of the field, though. I'm not seeing any other missing spots, which is definitely good. Okay, there we go. And checking the map. Looks like we're looking pretty good. Of course, when it comes to grass fields, I typically tend to be a little bit pickier when it comes to plowing and liming and fertilizer and all that good stuff. I don't know why. Just I guess I figured it's gonna be like a tournament field, or you plant it once, everyone, you're gonna mow it who knows how many times, right? Okay, well, but on that note, it seems like a pretty good spot to wrap it up here on this episode. We got grass on field 15 planted. Working on planting sorghum on 10. We got the sheep bales taken care of, cleaned up. Now we're pretty much just waiting for 10 to finish being planted here. You know what? I might roll these fields just for the fun of it. At least one of them anyway. We'll see once here. Might just throw the roller on that. Yeah, we got a roller, don't we? Or don't we? Maybe do we not have a roller? Says as he's... No, that's the power harrow. Nope. You know what? I'm not sure if we got a roller or not. I will have to look into that. I'll try to let you folks know next time here. So I'm not sure if we can actually do that if we don't have a roller. So anyway, on that note, everyone, thanks for watching. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And till next time.